I'm Vincent Brown, but online I'm known as Mince. Generally, I'm a tier 3 manager in the Overwatch scene. Manage teams, scrims, tournaments, tryouts, all the sort of things that come with being a manager. However, because of the great news that I received recently, I'm general managing for Team New Zealand in the World Cup this year. I was interested in esports before I knew what esports was. I had these ideas, like even an 11-year-old kid, of going to the leisure center, booking out a room or something, getting my friends to bring in some computers, and then just playing our own little tournament. And I didn't even know what esports meant at the time. I was really introduced to it by Rainbow Six Siege, actually, the tactical shooter. I didn't really get anywhere with it. I was much more of an observer, much more of a fan, but it was definitely like my introduction was watching Rainbow Six Siege, and I'd say like 2017, that sort of era. In my first year, in the 2020 to 2021 season, I began as a player, but pretty quickly into the year we found another player who played my role and played it better. I put the ego aside. I said, I want what's best for the team, so I'm just going to focus on the manager side of things. After I graduated college and I went to university, I had this big hole in my heart, and I thought, man, I've got so many friends still in BEA, I want to be involved. So I actually put out an LFT post on Twitter, and I said, I'm looking for a team as a coach. Obviously, I can't play, but I want to be involved still. The person that reached out was the manager for AGSB, and AGSB were the team that had beaten my college team the year previous. So it was weirdly poetic that they wanted me to be the coach for them this year, and to try and help them secure back-to-back titles. And my third year, I spent some time as a coach for Coventry Crosshairs. If I had never done student champs, I think my journey into esports would look very different. In terms of managing or anything like that, I wouldn't have had that booster in a way to like propel my understanding of esports. Being a part of the BEA community, and being around a lot of people that were taking the BTEC, it's like you sort of gain that knowledge by being a part of the community. And you know, if I'd never done BEA, perhaps I wouldn't be into esports as much. I don't think so though, because I freaking loved it, and I still do. But I think the level to like the extent to which I'm actually involved would not be nearly as high. I don't think I would be the general manager of Team New Zealand, for example, if I hadn't got involved in BEA in the first place. It feels amazing. You know, I checked my email at 2 a.m. just before I went to bed, typical university student hours. And I got this email basically just saying from the Sydney department of Blizzard that I'd been selected. I was actually selected to coach at first, which was going to be interesting. Things worked out and I ended up as the general manager, but it just blew me back. Like the only way I could like really describe it was like a punch to the gut, but a good one, I guess. It really like took me back. I didn't know how to react for a long time. I was walking up and down my room. This was like 2 a.m, so I'm really sorry to my flatmates that probably heard me just sort of freaking out. But you know, it was an amazing sort of punch in the gut. If the team qualifies past the group stage for the Asia Pacific B group, then we would go to the LAN event, the 16-team LAN event, and I think that would be really fun. We don't know where that could be yet, but traveling, like, obviously that's awesome, and then like LAN events on top of that are amazing, and I can definitely say the LANs are awesome. You know, because I've been to 2 BEA LANs, been to 2 finals, and they were amazing. So you have to be not just a manager, but you have to be an online lawyer. You need to be able to talk to game admins and make sure they understand that you're trying to put your team first to them. If the enemy team has spoken to admins and said, we think that this glitch has occurred and that the enemy team forced it, then you as the manager are the person that steps forward to try and be a part of this negotiation, to try and be the adult in the room, I guess is the way. A lot of the teams are kids, you know, and sometimes managers are kids too, but they need to like step up and become mature. That's really important. Maturity is a really important thing. So maturity, availability, and I guess just doing the basic elements of your job. Talk to people beyond just your college team. Get to know the community. Through BEA, I've met friends all over the country. Some of them not all IRL, but a lot I've like met at LAN or even in other places. So I've met friends in Basingstoke, Coventry, London, Edinburgh, Swansea, all these places that perhaps I'd never traveled to or typically know anyone from. I've met all these people from around the country through BEA just by being more active in the community. And if you're a brand new person to BEA, definitely look to get to know the community, is what I'd say. Like, branch out, meet these people, play some ranked with them or some quick play, it doesn't matter, but just get to know these people, because there are some amazing people out there. You just have to look, you know, and BEA sort of guides you into that, you know. Otherwise, you might never meet them, is the thing. But you definitely can if you look through the BEA community. If you've already got your game that you're interested in, that on a competitive level is interesting and compelling to watch, and you want to be involved in some way, Discord's your best friend if you're you know, really at the beginning. You know, find the communities, the competitive communities for these games, whether it's Rocket League and you're interested in RLCS, you know, join a community server for it. Start chatting to people and really just sort of learn it that way, because things like Twitch chat or YouTube chat when you're watching the live streams don't tend to be the smartest things or to have the smartest takes on esports in general, but you do get a little bit more nuance in Discord discussions, I guess.